So tell me why this beautiful man just came up to me. Just sitting in my car, doing my makeup, waiting for my friend to get off, and I just put setting spray on. So I'm like going like this to fan my face, and he's like walking past my car, but we keep making eye contact. And so he gets a little past my car, and then he blows me a kiss, and I blow him a kiss back because, you know, I'm a little flirt. But anyway, he ends up walking away, and I was like, oh, he's just like, you know, trying to be funny or whatever. So then literally 30 seconds later, he comes back to my car, and he's like, hey, like, I just wanted to let you know, like, you're so beautiful. And I was like, oh, thank you, that's so sweet, like, blah, blah, blah. We were talking a little bit, and then I was like, oh, do you live around here? And he was like, yeah, I live right down the street. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, I work right there. Which now, maybe I shouldn't have told him that, in case it's a little weird, but whatever. So anyway, he was like, oh, well, hope you have a good day, blah, blah, blah. And then he walks away, and I was like, okay, cool, simple conversation. I even was thinking, like, why didn't he ask for my number? Like, what the heck? But anyway, he walks away, and then I'm finishing up my makeup and whatever. I see him walking, like, back there, and anyway, he, like, goes back around my car, and I'm just, like, not making eye contact with him because I was like, okay, what if he doesn't want to talk again, but he's just trying to get back home? So I, like, finally look back up, and, like, he's kind of walking away, but then he, like, looks back at me and make eye contact. So he comes back to my car, and he's like, do you have a boyfriend? And I was like, nope. And he was like, okay, take my number then. And I was like, okay, bet. So he's like giving me his number and everything, and he like tells me his name and blah blah. And then he literally is like walking away, and he was like, oh, by the way, like, I'm off for the next couple days, whatever, like, and I'm a chef. And I was like, oh, are you trying to feed me or something? And he was like, if that's what you want. And I was like, okay. And then I like said his name, and I was like, I hope you have a good day. And anyway, I just think it's really funny because 2026, I'm determined that it's going to be my year. And the fact that it's 3 days in and that's already happened, like, this beautiful man approached me like that, like, I'm so excited for 2026.
I was once dating this guy who I was pretty excited about. I was like getting excited, and we got to know each other over the holidays, and then the new year came around, and I went all out for Valentine's for him. I was just excited, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this relationship right. So I went all out for Valentine's. I did a whole thing. I surprised him. And then the next month, March, is my birthday month. So all month I was telling him, I love my birthday. Love my birthday. My birthday is like my favorite time of the year. I love surprises. I love dates. I love flowers. Like, really amping it up, okay? So my birthday is the end of March. So he had a whole month of me, you know, prepping and stuff. And my birthday comes the end of March, and I wake up and I don't see a text from him. So I'm like, okay, that's weird. So I was like excited because I'm like, okay, I haven't been in a relationship on my birthday in a while. Like, he's got to do something. And especially, like, I went all out for Valentine's. Like, we're new. Like, it's still exciting. Like, he's got to do something. So I wait, and around noon, he sends a text. All small letters. Happy B-Day. That's it. So I'm like, he has something up his sleeve. Like, definitely. Like, totally has another point, or another, he has a plan. He's like, he has to have something up his sleeve. So I had planned a birthday dinner with my family that night because I wanted to make sure I had at least something going on. So we went out to dinner, and I invited him. He came in half an hour late, strolls in. He has no flowers, no gift. And I'm like, okay, well, that's okay. Like, he probably has something in his car, doesn't want to give it in front of my family. So we go to the dinner. My brother pays for everybody, which was so nice. And then afterwards, we're sitting there, or no, the dinner wasn't even over yet. And he turns to me and he's like, do you mind if I head home? I'm feeling really tired. And I was like, it's my birthday though. Like, come on. And he's like, well, I'm just really tired. I'm like, don't you want to, like, at least see me after for my birthday? And he's like, well, you can you can come home with me for a little while after. And I was like, okay. And in my head, I'm like, okay, he's trying to play off something. He has like a surprise. He's playing it off. So I go to his car to go to his house, and I'm like, there's got to be like something in the front seat. I open the front door, or the passenger door. No surprise, nothing there. I'm like, okay, he has to have something at his house. Like, there's just no way. There's no way, like, he hasn't done anything. So we go to his house. It's like 9:30 at night, and I go in. There's nothing there, and I'm like, this is weird. So anyway, we hang out for a few hours, and then it's 11:30 at night, and I'm like, I start realizing he did nothing. He did nothing for my birthday. Nothing. And we're older. Like, I'm in my 30s. He's in his 40s. So, like, you know better at that age, you know? So I didn't want to, like, be a brat about it. But finally at 11:45, I was like, did you do anything for my birthday? And he's like, oh, yeah, like, I was thinking you could pick something out on Amazon later. And I was like, you didn't do anything? You nothing? I said, you had a whole month? And he goes, oh, I just have been tired lately, and I don't know. And I was like, but you did nothing for my birthday? And he's like, oh, I said you can pick something out on Amazon. I was like, it's not the same. And I said, get up, get in your car right now and go over to Smith's and get a $5 flower and write me a little note and everything will be okay. And he's like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah, I'm dead serious. Like, this is something I can't recover from. This is bad. And I was like, get in your car right now. Just go over to Smith's. I'll be happy. I'll be content. Write me a little love note. He didn't go. And I was like, seriously? So I was just like, I actually went home that night. He took me home, and I actually cried in my bed. I was like, what the heck? Like, what? And then 3 days later, he calls me, and he's like, hey, I want to make it up to you. I want to take you to a steakhouse for your birthday, and I'm going to bring you flowers and get ready. And I was like, okay. And I was like, okay, he's going to make it up. He's going to make it better. So I got all dressed up. I put makeup on. I put on a cute dress. I was so excited. And I'm waiting, and finally I call him, and I'm like, hey, where are you? And he's yawning. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I fell asleep on my couch. And I'm like, I'm ready. You told me to be ready. Like, let's come on. And he's like, oh, well, I don't even know if the steakhouse has any room. And I was like, but you said. And he's like, well, oh. And I started getting annoyed. I was like, seriously, come on. I'm like, you don't even have a reservation? Like, you're sleeping right now? It's 6:30 p.m. at night. And so he calls me back. He's like, let's just meet over at Cafe Rio. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You're not even picking me up. We're meeting at Cafe Rio. And I was like, I'm so annoyed. And he goes, just come down and meet me. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I get in my car. I drive down to Cafe Rio. I get out of my car. I see him parked. And I look in, and I'm like, he better have flowers. If he does not have flowers, that's it. So I look in the passenger seat, no flowers. And I got in the car, and I was like, seriously? I was like, you didn't bring me flowers. I said, you said. And he's like, you know what? You demanding it is making me want to do it less. And I was like, I'm not demanding it. You brought it up. This was your idea because you were making up for my birthday. And he's like, this is just too much pressure. And I was like, what? Anyway, needless to say, we broke up. I could not let that go. That made me so mad. It made my blood boil. So that is my dating story. I call that guy Mr. Sleepy. Yeah. So I want to share more dating stories. I have a lot of funny ones, sad ones, random ones. Just to let you guys know what's been going on over here. Anyways, thanks for watching. And I am 38. I've never been married, and I don't have kids. If my journey resonates with you, follow my TikTok as this year unfolds as I turn 39. And I'm creating my beautiful plan B. Thanks for watching.
Story time about how I think my long distance boyfriend is fucking cheating on me right now. I also am gonna need some of your guys' opinions on this because I just can't figure it out myself. Okay, so during like the past winter break, we would just like call and text and stuff because like we're long distance, so like we weren't busy because nobody had school, so we were able to call and text like consistently over the break without like, you know, like not answering for a few hours. And so I check his TikTok and his like Instagram following once in a while because like I am kind of strict about like who he follows, and I'm not like trying to be controlling, but like it just like depends on the person, you know, like if he follows like an OF model or like just like something weird, like I don't know, like if it's fishy, then I like talk to him about it. So I'm checking his TikTok following, right? And there's this girl like at the top of his following, so he must have followed her like a few days ago, maybe a week ago, just like literally like recently. So I screenshot it and I'm like, I sent it to him, I'm like, who's this? And he goes, oh, it's just some girl from my school. And I'm like, okay. So then he's like, oh, do you want me to unfollow her? Like, Lucy, I can unfollow her. And I'm like, yeah. I'm trying to film a story time. Okay, anyway, so I'm like, yeah, can you like please unfollow her? Like, I think it's kind of weird because like I don't follow a lot of guys like that. He follows so many girls, that's my problem. So like it's not just like she's the only girl. Like that's why I'm like kind of mad. Like okay, if she was like the like another maybe that would kind of be weird actually. I don't know, it's just annoying me how there's so many girls in his following and half of them don't even follow him back, and this girl wasn't even following him back. Okay, so he unfollows her, and then later that night we talk on the phone about it, and I'm like, hey, like, do you want to show me your Snapchat best friends list or something like that? And I was like, oh wait, do you have her on Snap? And he's like, no. And I kid you not, this man goes, I pinky promise you, Lucy, I don't have her on Snap. And he literally holds his pinky up to the camera and goes like this. So I'm like, okay, you know what, I believe you. But then I search up the girl's Snap because it was in her bio on TikTok, and it says I may know her. Mind you, this is a long distance relationship, so why would I have any mutuals with this girl? Because she lives around the area he lives, so why would I have any mutuals? So then I decided to text him again just to make sure, just to see if he'd tell me the truth, and I'm like, hey, just one more time, do you have her on Snap? And he's like, I don't, Lucy, like, I don't want to know why you don't trust me, and he's pulling all this bullshit on me, saying, like, I don't know why you can't trust me, like, it's getting me mad, like, I'm not gonna show you my best friends list until you can trust me. So I'm like, I'm not gonna trust you if you don't show me it right now. Like, it just makes sense. And he's like, I'll show you tomorrow, I'm getting tired, I'm gonna go to bed. And he's like making all these excuses up to not show me. And I'm just like, okay. So y'all are gonna have to come back for a part 2 because I don't want to make this video too long, and there's so much more to this story, and I just think it's gonna be like 10 minutes long if I end up just keeping it as one video. So come back for part 2 if you want to know the rest. Hey guys, this is Storytime part 2 on how I think my long distance boyfriend is cheating on me. So we left off at how he was mad at me for me not trusting him, but like, why would I trust him when you're not showing me your best friends list and you were just following this girl and all this stuff? Like, it's just weird. So yeah, I'm not gonna trust you. So we're on the phone and it's like literally midnight and we're just like yapping and lapping it up, and then I bring up the girl and I'm like saying her name, and he's like being all giggly when I bring her up, and I'm like, what's so like funny? Like, why are you taking this as a joke? Like, this is weird. Like, you should not be laughing when I bring up the girl because that's just like weird and like suspicious. Like, why are you laughing and like giggling and being all giggly when I bring up her name? It just doesn't make sense and it does not add up. So then he's trying to get off the topic and he's trying to like make up all these excuses to like move on from the topic because he's obviously scared and he's obviously guilty of something. So then I'm like, you know what, whatever, I'll wait to see your best friends list tomorrow. I don't even care anymore. Like, if you're not gonna give it today, like, then you're showing me tomorrow. And he's like, okay, Lucy, I'll show it to you tomorrow if you're nice to me. And I'm like, you're saying I'm not being nice to you because I don't trust you? What? You're right, you're damn right. I'm not being nice when I don't trust you because that's just weird that you won't show me straight off the bat. Like, it shouldn't be a problem. So then the next day rolls around and he sends me it randomly, his best friends list randomly. And mind you, it's not like where you see like the people in rows with their names. He goes to his profile, scrolls down, and screenshots everyone with their Bitmoji there. So that's obviously weird. So then my friend's like, hey, count the people because like there should be 8. So I count them and there's 7. So I ask him, I'm like, why do you only have 7? Like, that's not normal for a best friends list. Like, everyone has 8 people on their best friends list. Nobody has 7 unless they unadd someone from Snap. So then I search up the girl's name again on Snap. Whoop-de-fucking-do. It doesn't say I may know her anymore after he showed me his best friends list with only 7 fucking people on it. How convenient. How convenient. So I took matters into my own hands and I added the girl on Snap because you know what? If I'm not gonna get the truth from my boyfriend, I'm gonna get it from this girl. At least that's what I was thinking. So I add the girl and I send her a quick message or whatever. Even though she hasn't added me yet, I still like send a message so she can get the notification or whatever saying that blah 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 is trying to send you a message. Do you want to accept? So it's like been about 3 days since I added her. Just figured out yesterday that she blocked me because when I tried searching up her name, it wasn't there. Kind of weird. That's kind of weird. I will say that is weird. So then I'm like freaking out because I'm like, why did she block me? Like, did my boyfriend like say something? Like, I don't know. Like, it's just like, what do I do? Like, that's all the information that I have right now. And all I know is that I'm blocked by her. So I can't really get to her unless I DM her, which I'm not even gonna try because like, what is the point? So yeah, that's my story. Tell me what you guys think because I don't know what to do anymore. And I'm just, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it's like, I don't know. Just tell me what you guys think because I think it's kind of fishy. I really think it's fishy and suspicious and I can't get to the bottom of it and I don't think I'm ever gonna get to the bottom of it. So it's just whatever. Bye guys.
I genuinely hate coming on here and crying on the internet, but I am baffled at what someone just told me. So I'm literally at work with my coworkers, who I also thought were friends, clearly not, and we're literally telling this other one of our coworkers that like she is gonna be a great mom, like genuinely like we think she'll be great, and I'm like, oh, like I can't wait to be a mom one day. And this care partner is like, you're not gonna be a good mom, and I'm like, what? Like, first of all, crazy thing to say to someone. I was like, excuse me? And she's like, you're selfish. You're too selfish. You only care about yourself. I said, you clearly don't know me. If anyone knows me, they know I am not selfish. Like, I genuinely would do anything for any of my loved ones, friends, like strangers. Like, what the fuck? And I just could not believe. And she kept repeating it. And I'm like, still like in shock. Because I'm waiting for her to be like, just kidding. Because she will literally say rude things and then be like, just kidding. And I'm like, at what point is it like not okay to say to someone? And I'm just like, again, could not believe she didn't apologize because clearly she meant what she said. She goes on with her business and I'm just like I'm literally crying. Like, my eyes were so watering. I was like, I cannot believe. And like my other friends that were sitting there were like also like this look of like, what the fuck just happened? And like, what was she like, what just came out of her mouth? And I'm literally trying to like send off my other patient and I'm clearly still emotional about it. So like my voice is kind of like breaking as I'm trying to talk. And then after that, I was like, you know what? Fuck this. Like, I don't think it should be okay. We should stop allowing it to be okay to, like, just say whatever the fuck you want to say to someone and then just, like, go about your merry way because no one says anything to her. She says things that are inappropriate all the time. I've seen the way that she acts to other people. I've seen the way that she'll literally, like, snap at patients. And I'm always like, what are you doing? So I was like, no. So I literally went and told my CC and then we went to my manager's office because, like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you don't say that to someone. And like, I know it's not true because everyone's like they were like, yeah, it's not true, like, I'm sorry, like, we should have said more. But like, it's like a frustrating, like, what the fuck just came out of your mouth? I can't believe it. I genuinely cannot believe someone would feel so comfortable to like say that. Like, and we're at work and you're saying like we're not friends. Okay, you're definitely like, you feel comfortable saying this to someone that you're not even friends with. Like, now best believe I will not be treating her like a friend. I literally bought her a lip stain that she wanted because she liked it on me, so I went and bought it for her. But I'm so fucking selfish. I only care about myself. Give me back the lip stain. And yeah, I can be petty. Like, I'm just like, are you joking? Like, I can't believe I'm wasting my tears. But like, that really hurt. That was just like, I feel like one of like the meanest things you can say to someone, especially like a female, like, that doesn't want kids. Like, you're not gonna be a good mom. Excuse me?
I just wanted to make a little follow-up video to my last video. First of all, thank you all so much for your kind words. They truly meant so much. And I do want to reiterate that I never once thought that I would be a bad mom, and that's why I was crying. it was just so hurtful to have someone so confidently attack your character in a negative way. I've never had that happen to me before. I would never do that to someone. So the fact that someone feels so comfortable doing that is like mind-boggling to me, because it is just so crazy how some people will act and think it's okay. I have also seen other comments where most people have said, you know, go to HR, report it, it's a hostile environment. And other people have said, like, don't do it, it's going to make it worse. But honestly, this is why it's gone on for so long, because we have never really reported things. There was one time that one girl finally stood up to her, and she ended up like switching units just because she was just tired of her not like helping her with like her patients, which is crazy. Like, everyone at work keeps her content so that she will actually like do her job and like help you with your patients, but it shouldn't be like that at all. At the end of the day, you're hired to do a job, so like do your job. And we should stop allowing that toxic behavior to continue. We had a new manager now for a few months, and he says he wants to change the work environment, change how it's been toxic. And I'm like, well, we need to literally fix one of the big issues why it's toxic. So honestly, I personally have no regrets on going and like finally speaking up to management about how someone's been. And if it bites me in the butt, which I know it will, because I already spoke to my manager about that. I was like, what happens when she doesn't want to help me with my patients? And he just told me to let him know. And I will. Because again, I feel like everyone kind of turns a blind eye to like her behavior just so she will continue to do her minimal job, honestly, because in her mind, she is the only one that works on that unit, which is crazy because she doesn't. Anyways, I also did want to clarify that, because I saw some messages where it was like, your friends aren't like your real friends, like they didn't stick up for you. I didn't mention this, but this other person also tried saying I had no friends, and that's laughable. If you know me, that's laughable. My best friend, she was literally like, she's my friend, and she's literally watched my kids plenty of times. Like, I think she'll be an amazing mom. And then my other friend, she didn't say anything, but honestly, like, we were all just shocked. Like, I barely said anything because I was so baffled and literally shook that this came out of her mouth. So like, I'm not mad at anyone for like not really knowing what to say in that point. Like, they came up to me afterwards and they were like, I'm so sorry, I feel like I should have said something, but we were just in shock. And again, they were also waiting for like the just kidding, because again, she says things rudely and then ends it with just kidding. That's how she like slides by with all these comments. And I see a lot of comments about coworkers are not your friends, but I can only agree with that to an extent, because I have met my best friends at work. Genuinely, back in 2018, when I first started nursing, I literally have made the closest group of friends. We go on vacations together. We've celebrated countless birthdays. We do the holidays together. Like, they are my best friends, and I met them at work. I do think that not everyone that is your coworker is your friend. And I shouldn't have said that she was my friend, because we're really not friends, but I feel like we're friendly, you know? I was just shook that she would say that to me when we are friendly. And I mean, the lip stain comment, obviously I'm not going to ask for it back. It is just crazy that she's calling me like selfish. I only care about myself when I'm thinking of her and like bringing something for her. And also, the day before, she says she wanted to like make these things for her family, and she wanted to figure out like where to buy these platters. I literally went online, looked where to find them, and then I told her that information. So it's like, I literally help you do things all the time. Like, and it's again, not work things. Like, I help her with like whatever she needs because I'm a helpful person. And so for her to confidently say that I'm selfish and I only care about myself was wild. Again, still very wild to me. And I know like I should not have wasted my tears, trust me, but I am an emotional girly and it hurt my feelings. What can I say? But anyways, thank you all to everyone. I'm sorry that a lot of you now know me as just this girl crying on the internet. It's not what I want. But yeah, I appreciate you all, and I am going to be a damn good mom one day. You just wait on it.
Okay, I'm redoing this, but this is how my boyfriend, off and on of 6 years, ended up cheating on me with my only friend at the time, who was also a minor. Womp womp. It's a story time. Also, little PSA, everything in the story time is AI, completely alleged. I made it up, not real at all. So if you think you know these people or you are these people, get help. But also it's fake, so. Okay, so let's set the scene, because I tried to do this earlier and I was just so slow and I was talking so slow, and so I decided to speed it up for you guys. Basically, me and this dude, a lot of story times to come about him. AJ is my ex's name. we had been going out like off and on again for like 6 years, ever since we were in the 7th grade all the way up until the 12th grade. We were like 12 to 18. We were messing with each other all the time, off and on. Never really had a relationship longer than 6 months. And we were always like, we're soulmates, no one understands us like we do, which was just such a lie. And if you feel that way about a dude, please like, it is not worth it, I promise you right now. So that's why I got back together with him all of those times. With that being said, I never trusted him because he cheated on me every single time, and he cheated in every single relationship that he had ever been in. And also another big reason that I didn't trust him, and this is a big reason of the story, is that he was on the dance team with me. A PSA. Being on the dance team or being involved in the arts in my high school was actually a really cool thing for everybody to do, especially boys. Being on the dance and cheer team was super cool. It didn't have any weird stigma around it. And so mainly every single person that I'm going to talk about in this story and upcoming story times were either on the dance team or were affiliated with the dance program in some way. And that's why I spent so much time with them, and that's why there's so many story times about all these people. Okay, to set the scene, me and AJ start dating again in the beginning of November, and I tried to keep it this is my senior year, and I tried to keep it a secret from everybody. I had this one good friend, we're gonna name her Emma. Me and Emma had become super duper close, and we kind of bonded over the fact that AJ had both like played us at the same time, and we had become super close, and I was trying to keep it a secret from her because I didn't want anybody to know that me and AJ were going back out again, because I was so ashamed and so embarrassed about it. But I'm a sucker for a good soft launch, and so then everybody ended up finding out that we were dating, and rightfully so, Emma dropped me, which she should have. And with that also, she kind of told everybody else that I had been sketchy and wasn't a great person at the time. And so everybody else then dropped me, and I had no friends my senior year except for one girl named Haley, which that's her real name because I love that girl to death, and she was a year older than me though, so she had already graduated. So I'm in my senior year in high school with absolutely nobody except for my boyfriend that I do not trust. This being said, I got really close to this girl. We're gonna name her Abby. Me and Abby had gotten super close, mainly because we were in the musical together, which again was something super cool to do. And everybody had said that we like are like each other, that we are super similar, that we look similar, that we have similar like dating history. Like we both had a boy that we were off and on with for super long. And so me and Abby ended up becoming really close. But Abby and I also have this other friend, and she's on the dance team. This other friend was on the dance team. We're gonna name her Tatum. And her and Tatum had gotten super close, a little bit closer than me and Abby had, or actually a lot of bit closer. And I always thought that was just because I had a boyfriend, I had a job, I didn't really go to church, and they did all of those things together. Like they had 2 mans together all the time, they went to church, they like did the same kind of like side hustle thing, and so they were just naturally closer. And so naturally they had their own inside jokes and everything and hung out more. But I always thought that this was super innocent, that we were all just like great friends, right? Okay, that being said, I was very, very wrong, and Tatum and Abby were actually playing me behind my back. And Tatum also had this off and on relationship named Cade. They had been off and on forever also, like cheated on each other, cheated for each other, that sort of situation. Very, very messy. And them three, Cade, did I call him Cade or did I call him Channing? I'm really not sure. Tatum and Abby would all hang out, and sometimes Abby would invite a dude, this one specific dude, and we're gonna name this dude Logan. She would always bring Logan because Logan was Abby's on and off again relationship, and that's like, oh my gosh, Logan and Abby are just like Lila and AJ. Like that's why people thought that we were so similar and that we'd be such good friends. Anyways, Logan, Abby, me, and AJ would also go on 2-mans all the time, like double dates, having so much fun. And I obviously always thought it was super innocent because Logan and AJ were also really, really amazing friends. And me, I had known that Abby and AJ talked once upon a time, that they had been number 1 on each other's best friends list. But every time I would bring it up, they would both swear to God up and down that neither of them even liked each other, that it was just all coincidental, and that nothing had ever happened between them two. Suspicious. Especially because, sorry, this is a big confusing story, Abby's brother is AJ's best friend as well. Anyways, fast forward, because there's plenty of other story times in here about how AJ had been cheating on me low-key throughout the entire relationship with other people, but I just couldn't prove it yet. Okay, so fast forward to when I found out everything. It was April, and in April, May, there's this big production at my high school that I've dance show. It's like a huge dance recital, which our dance program has 200 plus kids in the entire middle school and high school, and so it's a really, really big deal. We bring everyone together and we all dance. And Abby was in the advanced dance classes. She wasn't on the team, but she was in the advanced dance classes, and so she was really, really involved in dance show. So was I and AJ. We were both main characters in dance show. You can see where this is going. So me and AJ were kind of having a rocky couple of weeks. He just seemed super uninterested, especially around dance show time, which I thought was weird because there was like a couple dances where like he had to lift me and like we were low key like in those dances with each other. And mind you, I didn't really know anything about his dances, but apparently in his freaking dance him and Abby were in, they were supposed to be love interests. Awesome. And so when I noticed that AJ's acting weird, I asked Cade, Tatum's like off and on situationship, and I asked Logan. I was like, do y'all know what is going on with AJ? Like why he's acting so weird? He doesn't want to do anything with me. He doesn't want to hang out. I invited him to my family's Easter and he told me that he's not coming. They told me no. They had no idea what was going on. And then the day hits. Probably it's the day that Tech Week is starting, mind you. And he is super uninterested. AJ ended up following back like his ex on social media, and I clocked it because I'd been tracking his following for a while because I didn't trust him. And so we ended up getting in a really big fight about that. And then he tried to break up with me in the middle of class. And I told him, no, check out right now. Like, you're going to break up with me in real life if we're breaking up. So I ended up getting into the car with him. And I was like, okay, say it. Say it in real life. Like, we both checked out of school. I met him at his car. And I was like, say it to me. Like, what are you running to do right now? And he's like, I don't know what you want me to say. He's like dead ass smiling this whole time, like that we're breaking up. I ended up breaking up with him because he didn't have the balls to say it out loud. But he's smiling and like laughing under his breath throughout this whole breakup. And so we have a Tech Week rehearsal that night that is from 4 to whenever we get done, which was usually around 10 p.m. So I have about a 6-hour practice where I'm going to have to see AJ. And at this point, mind you, I had no idea that anything had been going on between AJ and Abby at all. Until we're in the middle of the tech rehearsal and I'm talking to Abby about my breakup. Mind you, when we were breaking up in the middle of class, I forgot to put this is very important. Abby was holding me in her arms, being like, Lila, it's okay. You're too good for him. He's going to realize what he didn't have. He is so immature. Like, he doesn't know what he's losing. Boys are so immature. She's dead ass holding me in her arms, like comforting me that everything is going to be okay. And she was still doing that. Fast forward to the night of tech rehearsal, she's still comforting me and like telling me like, oh, I can try to figure out like what was happening, like if you want me to. And so of course I want her to. And one girl, this lifesaver, she comes up to me and she pulls me out in the hallway and she goes, Lila, Abby's not your friend. She's like, I'm not going to tell you everything because that's not my business. You need to ask other people, but Abby is not your friend. I was kind of like, what the fuck is going on, right? And so I end up making it throughout the whole tech rehearsal without myself, which was really surprising, but I make it throughout the whole rehearsal that night. And I'm in my car. I literally get to my car in the parking lot and I start bawling. Like, I can't hold it in anymore. And then these two boys, Logan and Logan's friend, come up to my car. They knock on my window and they go, meet us at Walmart. We're going to chat. Awesome! So I meet them at the Walmart. And what do they tell me except for everything that has been going on behind my back that I had no idea about? Mind you, I am heartbroken. And this is insane, the things that AJ had been saying behind my back. He had, first of all, been cheating on me with Abby for a pretty long time. They both had jobs, like working at the concession stand at our school, and they had been touching, canoodling, flirting, getting each other's car, going to eat together, going on 2 months together for a long time, and somehow I didn't know. He had also apparently been saying that I was, like, only good for, that's the only thing that he loved me for. If we weren't, then he absolutely hated me and everything about me. He thought I was ugly, thought I was a waste of space. He would tell me to kill myself all the time, but I just literally thought it, like, we were joking with each other. Apparently he meant that from the bottom of his heart. Anyways, this is getting really, really long, but if y'all want to know more about, like, what happened with the situation at all, I'll make a part 2, and I hate to do that, but this is literally 10 minutes long, so awesome. Hey guys, story time about part 2 about how my off and on boyfriend of 6 years cheated on me with my only friend at the time, who was also a minor. Yay. Again, I already tried to record this, but I was being really quiet, so I just decided to do it again. So that's why my makeup is halfway done. Also, if you're from my high school and you found this, there's a video coming out about it. So I'm sorry, watch that. Anyways, to pick us up where we left off, if you haven't seen part 1, go see it. I'm talking like I'm famous, whatever. But if you haven't seen part 1, go see it. Basically where we left off, everybody had told me all these things that AJ was saying about me behind my back that I had no idea about. So that was crazy. But honestly, I stayed so calm. Like, that is so out of the blue for me to just stay that calm. Like, I didn't text him. I didn't text anybody. I pretty much decided, like,
this is tech week of dance show, and it's my last one. It's my senior year. I'm just not gonna say anything. Like, I'm just gonna, like, stay quiet. Like, if they want to say something to me, like, I'll respond. But, like, my whole thing was, like, I'm not gonna say anything about any of this. Like, I just want to be done with it and it be over. Because the last thing I was trying to do was start more drama right before dance show. Anyways, that being said, I went to school the next day, kind of just basically like normal. I was a TA, so like a teacher's aide, if you don't know what that means, for the advanced dance class period, which if you remember from part 1, Abby's in advanced dance. And so I had to see her, but she didn't come up running to me this time like she usually does. Like, she'll usually come up running and talking to me, and she didn't today. And so I knew that she knew that I knew. Alright, and so with that, I like didn't go out of my way to go talk to her, obviously, and like she didn't talk to me. And so then I knew that she knew what was up. And I didn't tell anybody what had happened because high-key that is very embarrassing. Why would I want anyone to know what was happening? Except for the girl who told me to be like that Abby was my friend and like maybe 2 other people. And I didn't tell anybody. And so how other people all found out, I guess, is from them being like, oh shit, we got caught. Or the people that I told telling other people. But I didn't tell any more than 3 people. But from this, somehow everybody ended up finding out. And so I had her friends adding me on Snapchat. I had her friends coming up to me in real life and telling me like, oh Lila, like we're sorry we didn't tell you, like we have been new about this. And one of her friends ended up telling me every single detail about how Abby had, for the whole like last 2 months of me and AJ's relationship, been like, once they break up, I'm gonna him because he's just a body and like he's just a boy, so it shouldn't matter because it's not that deep. That's a crazy take. But anyways, like, I was like, what can you do? But then everybody was coming up to me being like, we should have warned you, like, she does this to everybody, and like she's done it to us, and like we knew that she would do it to you. She had been saying things about AJ and about how he was hot forever, like that's always been a thing, and like they've always snuck around in the past, and so like we should have warned you that it was coming. Awesome. So that's basically how the school day went for me. And then I ended up just going home, and 30 minutes, I'm doing my makeup before our tech rehearsal, and like 30 minutes before the tech rehearsal, I get a text message on my phone. And who is it? It's Abby. Now I had decided I'm not going to text Abby. I'm not going to say anything about Abby. I'm not going to say anything to Abby because if she comes to me, I'll respond, but I'm not going to go out of my way to text her because I don't care. Anyways, she texts me and she's basically like, she said, Lila, can I explain? And I was like, oh, no explanation needed. Like, that's all I said verbatim, because I was just like, I'm not trying to get into this right before to like practice. I don't care that much. And then she gave me this long-winded explanation about things that I didn't even know. So from this text, apparently, and from a little bit, because I asked people what this text meant, everyone told me, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Anyway, so people told me that, oh, this is what went down. So the night before, I got sent this text on the night that me and AJ broke up. After tech rehearsal, AJ, Abby, Cade, and Tatum all went on a 2-man after practice. Awesome. And then I like literally would say, like, oh, that's all I need to know. Like, I wasn't trying to find anything else out about the situation. Like, anytime anyone would come up to me and try to update me on like things that they knew about AJ or Abby, I'd be like, no thank you. I would literally tell them, no thank you, I don't want to know. Like, you can ask everyone. I'd be like, I really don't want to know what was going on. No thank you. Anyway, so her text message was basically explaining that like they just happened to be in the same place at the same time. Like, it wasn't that serious. Like, she doesn't even have him on Snapchat. Okay. Anyway, so I sent back this paragraph that was a mixture of immature and mature. That was just basically like, I already know everything. Like, I already know what's going on. Like, do not lie to me. I can see right through it. One day you will mature and grow up and your morals will be fixed. And I pray that that day comes soon for all of us. And I basically ended it with karma's a bitch and it will bite you in the ass one day. But I'm not worried about it right now. So a mixture between immature and mature. But anyways, that was pretty much it for a while. Like, she didn't respond to that text still to that day. She hasn't responded to that text. But that was it for me. But then everyone would be like, Lila, we have to tell you something. And they'd all come tell me everything, even when I asked them not to. And so one of Abby's good friends ends up telling me something about how, like, it was either before we were broken up or right after, about how Abby had stayed the night at AJ's house. And that royally pissed me off. I don't remember if it was after or before, but it like actually pissed me off so bad that I did, in fact, message Abby's mother that had happened. Who? Not my brightest move. I am sorry. It didn't work, so Joke's on me. But considering that that's the only thing I did in this situation, I think that's pretty mature. Not mature, but I think that's pretty mild, because I could have done a lot worse. But other than that, and even after that happened, I haven't talked to a single one of these people in the story, and also they're still all blocked on every single social media, which also, this includes Abby, this includes AJ, obviously, and this includes what I call Tatum. And a lot of people ask me, because I know people from my school are going to be watching this, why did Tatum get blocked? Because Tatum was lying and maniacal and doing things behind my back, even though she knew everything that was going on. And she plotted these 2 mans and didn't tell me anything about it. And so the betrayal hurts just as bad as the act. And so therefore, I don't want you in my life if you're going to betray me. Bye-bye. Anyways, I still haven't heard from them to this day, thank God. I don't plan on ever hearing from any of them ever again. I'm kind of just done with the situation. I've seen them both in public since it happened, but I just literally don't care at all to, like, also know about them or know what they're doing. If anyone tries to bring them up, I'm just like, I'd rather not know, but thanks. And just to leave this off on a side note, there's a lot more stories about AJ that I will be sharing. And there's also more stories about Abby that I can also share about the lore that built up to this, and, like, more in detail of what happened. Because I know this just seems like she plotted on your man. Like, that's all she did. But there's a lot more that was underlying to it. So if anyone wants to hear that, people have DM'd me to hear more about the situation. So if you want to hear more about that, let me know. And just to wrap this all up, me making these is not to, like, not because I'm not over the situation, or not over AJ, or not over any of that. Literally, my dance friends were just typing me up to make this. Like, they just think that my stories are so funny. Like, sometimes lore drops will just leave my mouth, like, and I don't even process that they seem crazy to other people, because it was just my life for so long. And so that's literally all why I'm doing it. Like, because I think it's hilarious, and I think it's funny content. And awesome. It's not for any other reason other than that. So if y'all want more story times, let me know. And as always, everything in this story is made up, fake, AI. I chat GPT'd it. And if you think that you know these people, no, you don't. If you are these people, if you've done something like this in real life to other people, get help. But they're fake, so none of this is real life at all.
Hey, can I show you this BTS song? How long is it? It's 4 minutes and there's more?
I'm procrastinating unpacking, so instead I'm gonna tell this story of the time I told this girl's boyfriend that she was cheating on him. Okay, so this was last spring. I have this guy friend, and he was talking to this girl, and we're gonna call her Emily because that's her name. And they were talking, like, all school year kind of, but, like, she was low-key leading him on, or, like, giving mixed signals, I guess, I don't know. And my friend, like, really, really liked her. She would give signals of, like, oh, like, she wants him, but then, like, go get with another guy, stuff like that. It was just like that, like, all year until we get to school, like, after winter break. She's, like, now, like, really trying to make passes at him. Like, I think this is how it went. They were out one night at the bar, and, oh my God, she was just snapping him shit, like, I want you so bad, like, let's hang out after this, or, like, come back to mine after this, something like that, I don't know. But then Valentine's Day rolls around, and she reposts this post from a guy. Like, a guy posted an Instagram story about her for Valentine's Day, and she reposted it. So then, like, me and my friend, like, my guy friend, and then our other friend, we're like, our gears are turning, and we're like, does this bitch have a boyfriend? And she's been playing in our friend's face, like, this whole time. Like, I'm confused. Whatever, some time passes again, but she's still reposting shit, like, about this guy. Like, he is posting shit about her, being like, I love you so much, and she's reposting it on her story. Then, obviously, it gets confirmed that, like, she is dating this kid, and has been for a while, and it was her ex that she got back together with, but she got back together with him and was still making passes at my friends, like, saying, I want you so bad, stuff like that. So once someone does one of my friends dirty, I absolutely hate that person for the rest of my life. And oh my God. So I ended up, like, I had the second account. I think it used to be my Finsta from, like, 5th grade, but I, like, wiped it. Like, it was just, like, a random, like, username. I DM'd to the boyfriend, and I told him what was happening, and I was like, I was like, aren't you dating that girl, Emily? And, okay, I explained it to him, and he got mad at me. Like, he thought I was, like, lying or something. And then I pulled up proof, like, me and, like, our group chat, like, talking about it. And he was still fucking mad at me. And I'm like, it's not my fault you're, like, getting cheated on. Like, I'm sorry, but, like, I'm letting you know because your girlfriend's cheating on you. So anyways, the girl ended up finding out it was me. And I really don't care because I know I did the right thing and I honestly think it's hilarious. But the boyfriend must have told her what the account was that I was DMing her off of, because then she blocked me. And I also realized I was really stupid in doing this. I was obviously logged into my main Instagram and then the fake Instagram. And it doesn't matter if someone blocks my main Instagram, it's also gonna block the second Instagram. If they block the second Instagram, it's gonna block my main because it's all on my phone. It blocks like my IP address, I guess. So I'm pretty sure that's how she found out it was me. But it gets way fucking worse. A couple nights pass, and it's like the day that he realized that I was right. Because this was over the span of a couple days. So like when he finally realized I was right, this then happened. I'm in bed, and my boyfriend just came home from soccer practice, and he comes to my dorm and he looks fucking pissed. And so I'm shitting my pants because first of all I thought someone died, but then I realized I was in trouble for something. This fucking bitch had one of her, oh my god, had one of her friends, I don't even know how they found my boyfriend's phone number, but they called my boyfriend and they were like, Remy's been cheating on you with my man. Like, I went through his phone and he's like hitting on her. First of all, if you're gonna lie about that, that doesn't even make any sense. You're calling my boyfriend saying that your boyfriend's hitting on me. Okay, how is that my fault if that was happening? And also she called from no caller ID. If that was real, I don't think you'd be calling no caller ID. She's just pissed that I got her boyfriend to break up with her because she did my friend dirty. Sorry, Emily. I really don't give a shit though.
I ain't gonna lie, me too. When I went on her page and seen her pictures, I said, oh, jump scare.
Okay. I'm sad. I returned the last of my ex's stuff to his mom's house. And I thought I would be fine. And I would be okay. But I'm not. And it made me really sad. My friend brought me Rebecca, and yeah, I just I got there and I start opening the car door and I just felt so sick. My stomach just felt gross and I got really anxious, and I knew he wasn't there. I knew his brother wasn't there. But it was just really weird being back there and standing at the door and taking the little path up to his house. And yeah, I don't know. It made me sadder than I expected. I brought his mom flowers because she's alone for the holidays, and that made me really sad. And so I feel really bad about that she's all alone for the holidays. But yeah, I brought her flowers, so I had to return his laptop. The only reason I still had it, despite us breaking up months and months and months ago, was that he let me keep it because my laptop was just ancient. It was so old, and so he let me borrow his old one. I'm sick. He let me borrow his old one because he knew that I would need it for school, and I did, and I used it a bunch, and then I got a new one, so I wanted to return that, even though he said he probably didn't need it and wasn't gonna use it. I didn't want it, so I just returned it. But yeah, I was waiting at the door for a while, and then I wasn't even sure if she was awake, because I remember that she would go to bed really early, and so I was waiting there for a while, and I was about to leave, and then I see his dog, Luna, who I loved so much. She's the sweetest dog. She's so awkward and anxious, and it's so
funny. Like, she won't look you in the eye unless she really likes you. But she really liked me. And she was barking at the door because she probably didn't recognize me. But as soon as his mom opened the door, she, like, smelled me and recognized me. And so she was all over me while I was sitting there and talking to his mom. But his mom is such a nice person. She's so sweet. She's such a lovely woman. I think she's a great mom. I wish my mom was like her. He is so lucky to have a mother like her. But yeah, anyways, she opened the door and she was wearing this sweatshirt of his, which was really cute that she's wearing his clothes. But I used to wear that sweatshirt all the time, so I saw her in it and my heart like dropped. And I just felt this like pit in my stomach, and I'm like looking at her wearing this sweatshirt that I always used to wear, and it just made me really sad, and I like wanted to like cry. And going into this, I was like, oh, like, I'm fine, like, I'm good to do this, I'm gonna get her flowers, I'm gonna be fine, like, I feel totally fine. But I'm not. I'm sad. And I don't really quite know why. And it sucks. I feel bad because she was like asking me questions, and she asked me how school was going, and I was like, yeah, like, I'm, at this school. And she's like, oh, like, because her other son goes to my school. And she's like, do you ever see blank blank around? And I was like, no, I think he's on the opposite side of campus. I don't really see him. I don't want to see him. I, like, dread the day that I see him because he looks quite similar to my ex, and so I know if I saw him I would feel sick. But yeah, and then she mentioned, and anyways, so I gave her the flowers, and I was like, oh, like, I just wanted to give you these because blah 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 mentioned you're alone for the holidays, and I felt really sad about that, so I just wanted to bring these for you. I don't know, I just wanted to just be nice, I guess. I don't even know why I did it. I just wanted to. Because I felt sad that she was alone, and she was like, oh yeah, he's my ex. She said his name. And that also just, like, made my stomach, like, drop. I wasn't expecting her to say his name. I don't know why, I wasn't, but yeah, and then she just kept asking me, like, questions, and she's so nice, but I just wanted to cry. So I felt like I was maybe not the friendliest because I just wanted to, like, cry. But yeah, I don't know. I feel so silly being so sad right now. I felt like I was doing so much better. Like, I'm very aware of all the reasons in which it didn't work out, and I know that he just couldn't give me what I needed. He couldn't be what I needed, and he's a very limited person, and he has to do so much work on himself. And he just needs to go to therapy and all of these things. And he loved me from a very limited and hurt place, and so I know that I deserve more than that, and I am very aware of why it didn't work out, and I know that, I don't know, I know, like, logically, like, that relationship didn't work for me. I didn't feel loved, I didn't feel important a lot of the times, and a lot of the times I felt really invisible. And no matter how much this person says and claims to have loved me and thought I was the center of their world and the most important person to them, and they loved me so much and all of these things, I didn't feel that way. And I know that I need to feel that way, because then I don't feel secure in the relationship. And because of their own shit, their own childhood trauma, their own avoidant attachment issues, all of their own wounds, they couldn't just get it together and love me in a way that I needed and that made sense to me. So I know why it didn't work out. So I don't know why I'm so sad right now. I don't know if it's because, like, this time last year I was spending the holidays with them and they were my best friend, and I don't know if it's I miss so often. I just miss my best friend. I don't want him back. I know that would be such a bad idea. I don't know if I could ever trust him again. I don't think he knows how to be alone. And I think he still has so much work to do from the conversation I had with him recently. And he's still very unhealthy and has this awful mindset, which makes me so sad. But he will call himself, like, weak for having, like, human emotions and for feeling, like, depressed or for having feelings for someone. Like, at one point he told me this summer after we broke up and he kissed me, and I was like, what? But after I had acknowledged it, because I acknowledged shit, like, I am mature enough for that, like, I was like, what the heck? Like, you broke up with me. Why are you kissing me? And he told me that I had a hold over him. And that, like, he didn't want to love me anymore. He didn't want to think about me, worry about me, any of this fucking stuff. And I know that it's like, that shit fucked me up. But I know that it's coming from this place of, like, not being okay in himself and being a human fucking being with emotions and wants and desires and love and all of these things. And he mentioned it, like, it came up in our conversation, and he was like, I was just weak, like, I'm just a weak person. And I was like, literally, like, what? You're weak because you love me? Or anyone for that matter? Like, literally what? You're weak because you want someone and you can't fucking get your shit together and just be better? Like, literally what? You're weak for having, like, it's just so sad. It makes me so sad. And he was still talking about himself that way. And I just talked to him, and he was like, yeah, like, you know, I'm a little depressed, and my job is really whatever, and it's very grueling, and I feel this way, but, like, I'm just weak. And I'm just like, what? Like, literally what? Like, meanwhile, he's talking to me. Fucking, bro, I'm fucked up in the head. Like, I literally, like, have been, like, chronically depressed for, like, 8 years. So, hello? But he was just talking about himself this way, and I'm just like, literally, what the fuck? Like, that's sad. So, like, I know there's that bit too. Like, he still is so fucking avoidant and, like, not okay with, like, allowing himself to like be a human being with feelings, and that makes me so sad. So like I'm aware that that's like another reason of why it didn't work out, and he is not secure enough in himself that he can have, you know, deep relationships with people that reflect himself back to him, because, you know, intimate, deep relationships, whether it be, you know, between friends or romantic partners or whatever, like, those kinds of relationships very oftentimes show you exactly who you are. And so, he doesn't really have many of those, like, at all. And I probably knew him better than most, if not all, people in this world. And that's sad enough to me as is. Because he deserves to be known and loved for exactly who he is. And everyone in his life should know him as deeply as I got to know him. And I know he does not open up to people. I fucking know that shit for a fact. And for the most part, if he does, it's very, very, like, limited. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah. But he's not secure enough in himself where you can be like, hey, maybe you should work on this. Hey, this thing that you do hurts me. Hey, I need you to love me better. I need you to be a better partner. He's not secure enough in his own shortcomings or flaws to where he doesn't project them, or my sister texted me, or he doesn't project them, or just doesn't deal with them because he doesn't know how to. And that sucks. So, like, I'm very aware of all of these things. I know he's fucking avoidant as fuck. I know he doesn't know how to be alone. And I don't want to be with him. I don't want to be with him. I don't even know if I could ever trust him again. In that sense. But I miss my best friend. I miss him a lot sometimes. It's not easy to lose someone who is so intertwined in your life and was, like, literally, like, one of the best friends you've, like, ever had in this life and knew you so intimately. I feel like he probably knew me better than anybody in this world. Not because I don't let people in. I mean, I have a fucking public diary that I just cry and feel my feelings on. Like, I'm very open about my feelings with the people around me and also just not around me. Like, I'm an open book. And I, have all of my friendships, I would say, are very deep and intimate and meaningful, and I'm very close to the people in my life, and I tell them everything. But he witnessed a lot of me firsthand in the way that a lot of people haven't. He was around a lot, so he just, you know, where I might, you know, tell Rebecca, like, oh yeah, you know, this happened, or I'm feeling this way, or this happened because we sometimes don't hang out for a while, so we have to, like, catch up. Like, oh yeah, this happened a few months ago, or I'm feeling this way right now, or I've been feeling this way lately. It's kind of like after the fact, whereas like with him, a lot of it was just in the moment, firsthand, like just experiencing me as I was just existing. And so to lose somebody that you were both so vulnerable and intimate and close and really just best friends, is hard. Yeah, we kissed, we had sex, we were physically intimate, but I mean, he was also just my best friend. I had so much fun with him. We had so much in common. It was always so easy to talk to him. So, like, sometimes I'll see something and I'll think about him and I want to tell him about it. I miss his cat. All the time. I miss Pico all the time. Or something will happen and I'll just want to talk to him about it. Or, you know, I'll feel away and I just want to talk to him because I just feel like he just understood me in a way that a lot of people didn't. And he always made me feel so safe, and he was just one of my best fucking friends. So I don't know if that's why I'm sad, just because, like, I miss him, and he used to be my best friend, and now we don't talk anymore, and that's really sad. But yeah, I'm sad. And I have to go do my nails and my sister's nails, so I have to go. But yeah. Whew. Okay.